I got to be honest with you. I loved a couple of the different videos that went viral. I can see 3 different videos that went viral. And I'm going to break them all down for you in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers boat parade to celebrate their championship. So, first of all, the Tom Brady tossing the Lombardi Trophy is such a fantastically iconic video. 7-pound weight, by the way, of the overall trophy. Dub, would it have been better if the trophy had not been caught and it had gone into the water there in Tampa Bay? Because I think it would have been even cooler if Brady's completed pass of the Lombardi Trophy had been not able to be caught by the next boat.
Oh, 100%. And the first question I would have is who would go in and jump in to go get it? Do you think they have lifeguards on each boat? That's something I thought about.
Such a great question. Also, how deep is the water? I think they're in a canal, if I'm not mistaken, because you can see both sides of the fans are lined up on both sides. And there's a little canal that runs right through downtown Tampa Bay. One of my buddies used to live nearby there, so I've been on both sides of that canal before. And I think it's right where the Tampa Bay Lightning play. They have like a downtown arena right there. So I don't know how deep it is, but I would think that there's probably a diving team that could go in. I think it's deep enough that you would have to go in with a diving team, like a tank. In other words, like I don't think you could free dive and go find the Lombardi Trophy at the bottom of the canal. But I think they could probably find it. But I think it would have been so great if the trophy had gone off the back of the boat and then gone right into the water just to see everybody's reaction.
Yeah, then you'd have all the treasure hunters out there diving at night into the water looking for the Lombardi Trophy to keep for themselves.
Yeah.
That would have been fantastic.
I mean, for the Buccaneers, pirates plunder treasure. We talked about this. The Washington Post was asking, should we have the name Buccaneer? Should it be even allowed? Which is funny and ridiculous in and of itself. So that video was one that went viral. Everybody saw it. If you didn't, we've got it up on OutKick. You can go check it out. Second video that I thought was pretty funny, Scotty Miller, who is the wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who scored late and said he was faster than Tyreek Hill, scored late into the first half against the Packers, was on the video with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And Godwin said that Scotty Miller dropped his phone into the water. That is an unforgivable sin in many ways. I don't know about you, but the fear, anytime I'm on a boat, there is just in my head a fear of my phone going into the water. Do you have that same fear, Dub? Like when you're on a boat, can be in the ocean, even like if you're at a pool. I know that iPhones are supposed to be waterproof now, but I definitely think I don't want to forget that I've got my phone in my pocket and jump right in and just ruin my phone, because this is just a fear that I think is looming out there for so many different people when they go to the beach or they go out on a boat, you're at the lake, you're in a swimming pool, phone in the water, tough thing. Phone in the water where you're never going to see it again, even tougher, right? Now, hopefully you got everything backed up on the iCloud, and all you have to do, I don't even know. I think you can just show up at, get a new phone and everything would be findable, right? Isn't that the way it would work now?
To my understanding, but I'd rather almost lose it in the ocean because you can just get over it right then and there. Like, okay, that's gone. If it's in the pool, like you have to go get it, then you have to worry about, is this thing usable anymore?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the ocean's the better way to go.
But do you think about that also when you're on a boat? Like, I'm always thinking, like, I think the same thing, by the way, if I'm walking like on a city street, I'm like, man, I don't want to trip and drop my phone and have it go into one of those sewer grates. Does anybody else think about this? Like, these are my fears. Like, when I'm walking with a phone, I'm always like, man, I hope I don't, because you drop your phone every now and then, and you don't want your screen to crack or whatever else. But the worst thing you could do if you drop your phone is have it slide like right into a sewer grate. I bet there's people listening to us right now. Or if you're going to the bathroom, and like the worst place, I would say probably bathroom-wise, when I'm at, for instance, an SEC football game, and if I'm tailgating and you're in a porta potty, I'm like, oh God, can you imagine if you dropped your phone into the porta potty?
That would be next level.
Do you never think about any of this?
No, I do, because it's funny you mentioned that. I've broken a couple of phones in my time, and one of the times I broke one of my phones, it was maybe the most unlucky event possible. I was wearing like basketball shorts, so basketball shorts. You got the kind of pockets that are loose, and
but they can pop. They can pop.
Things
like
slide
your
out of
thigh
them all
can
the
hit
time.
or whatever. Yeah.
So I'm hopping into my mom's car in the passenger seat, and as I'm shutting the door, my phone slips out of my pocket, and I just slam the door into my phone, and it just basically splits in half.
Oh wow.
But as far as Chris Godwin is concerned, I mean, Scotty Miller obviously owes him a new phone, but I don't think that's on the top of his priority list right now. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, I mean, I would care in the context of, like, you want to get pictures taken, everything else, although I'm sure people can text him. Eventually he'll have the phone back and people can text it. But I would say in general that's kind of a that's kind of a tough spot to be in. So that's the second video. Third video, Tom Brady wasted. Now, he may say I wasn't that drunk, but Brady, if you saw the video of him walking, this is vintage dad of three, gets to go out with his buddies like once or twice a year, and it's day drinking, and he's just done, right? Like, I can definitely feel that, because when you're, there's one thing, like, Dub, you're what, 27? You can go out drinking, like, you can probably handle an awful lot of alcohol because you've been training for years and years of going out and being, like, socially active where you're drinking a ton. Day drinking for a dad of three with his buddies, no way that Brady is drinking more than, whatever it is, 5 or 6 beers probably ever regularly. And then he's in the warm weather down in Tampa, sweating, sun's out. This is vintage. You're going to get super wasted. It's like if you're ever going to like a Vegas bachelor party and there is a day pool component to it. Like, I've been to a bunch of bachelor parties there. The day, like, people are always like, we're going to go to the pool in the day, and then after that, we're going to come back, we're going to go to dinner, and then we're going to go out to a club again at the night. I'm like, no. Like, I remember specifically being out all day at the pool. You're drinking heavily. It's 150 degrees or whatever it is in Vegas. And when they shut it down, usually they shut it down, 6 o'clock, whatever time it is, 6:30, and you're walking back to the hotel, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go straight to bed, and I'm going to sleep for like 14 hours, and I'm going to fall asleep instantaneously when my head hits the pillow, and I'm never going to have felt better than when I wake up. That's like dad of three, ideal universe, and you don't even worry about trying to go to club at the night. I don't need to be up until 4 a.m. watching some DJ I don't know. I am going to I can do one or the other. I can go to a club during the day or I can go to a club at night. I'm not doing a doubleheader anymore. But that feeling, people are like, oh, you're going to feel awful in Vegas. You get the full day activity. You lay down in bed. You're done. You sleep like 12 hours. You wake up the next day feeling like $1 million. I've done that a bunch of times. And everybody else is waking up totally dead because they were out till 4 a.m.
Well, not only is Brady day drinking as a dad of three, but he's day drinking with guys that are literally like 15 years younger than him. So he's a little bit out of his weight class as far as the drinking and all that is concerned.
No doubt. And also we know that Brady is super healthy. So how often does he even drink like any beers, right? I'm sure there's some alcohol concoction that he's occasionally samples that has like no negative side effects from an aging perspective. It's like all the girls out there who drink vodka water, because it's like the least calories they can possibly consume. Have you noticed that? There's a ton of vodka water girls out there. Brady's probably got some, European chilled, whatever the liqueur is that doesn't actually age him at all, but that's not beer.